StadiumDB.com presents Italian Stadiums. Why so old? Revolution is coming. Ciao a tutti! Very often we present stadiums from countries where there are many stadiums under construction. However, there is a place in Europe where we can find a stadium museum trail, and that is sunny Italy. In this material we will discuss why so few stadiums are built and renovated in Italy. We will outline what problems the builders have to face, as well as the projects that must be completed to host the Euros. Ready? Here we go! Neglected stadiums and crumbling infrastructure are among Italy's main stadiums problems. But why does it affect Italian arenas so much? Former Inter Milan sporting director Giuseppe Marotta chimed in on the subject with his views on an Italian TV station. His views on the sustainability and modernization of stadiums may be the key to understanding the current situation. One of the biggest challenges in building and modernizing stadiums in Italy is the complex bureaucracy. Unlike in England, where the legendary Wembley Stadium was successfully demolished and rebuilt, in Italy the process is much more time-consuming. The difficulties are actually related to the bureaucracy, which involves many steps and permits. That's why before the final authorization is obtained, potential investors are almost discouraged, because time is certainly not working in their favor. What is the remedy? Large stadiums are in national interest. They should come under the Ministry of Infrastructure to avoid going through municipalities, provinces, superintendencies and all this bureaucracy, added Marotta. And what does this look like with specific examples? One of the most glaring examples is Stadio Giuseppe Meazza, where bureaucracy ties the hands of the Inter and Milan authorities. Back in May 2024, a court ruled that San Siro would remain intact for at least another 2 years. This decision was taken by the Regional Administrative Court following the intervention of the Milan City Council, which had appealed to the Regional Heritage Commission over the existence of cultural restrictions. The stadium's west stand was initially declared a cultural heritage site in July 2023, and the court complied, banning any work on upgrading or demolishing and building a new meazza on the same site. According to the clubs, the restriction could have serious economic repercussions in terms of management costs, and San Siro will become nothing more than a museum. For this reason, AC Milan and Inter Milan have come out with proposals for new stadiums in Rozzano and San Donato Milanese. However, the construction of a new facility near San Siro has recently come to the forefront. All participants have expressed their appreciation of the proposed solutions, and the clubs are expected to submit formal expressions of interest in the near future. Tired? In Rome, the situation is even more complicated. Before the new project emerged, we could compare AS Roma's current intentions with those of 2014, when construction of Stadio della Roma was due to begin. The plan was to complete it after 24 months. Unfortunately, this soon proved unrealistic. The scale of the investment and numerous bureaucratic complications pushed the deadline back to 2015, 2016 and then 2017. Eventually, the project could be considered obsolete. In January 2024, geodetic surveys began in the Pietralata area. However, this is where the good news ends. Roma began to face gargantuan problems. Twice the plans have dragged on through invisible forests. There is an ongoing dispute with residents who do not want to be evicted, or geological excavations that have been repeatedly stopped and restarted. The club hopes to start construction in late 2025 and open the new stadium in 2027, in time for the club's centenary. However, there can be a lot of problems with such bureaucratic issues. In Italy, with so much bureaucracy, clubs sometimes opt to play in entirely temporary venues. When in 2012, Stadio Sant'Elia proved too outdated to play matches there safely, the club began looking for solutions as to a new venue. One option was to play outside the city, an idea that was abandoned. The club put up temporary stands inside Stadio Sant'Elia, but with a vision of a new Stadio Cagliari. The temporary stadium was moved to a car park 200 meters away. The stadium, named Sardegna Arena, would stand until a new facility was built for Cagliari. But despite having the necessary paperwork in place for a long time, construction has not even begun. The frustration and impatience on the island is slowly hitting a wall. Currently, the situation in Italy is alarming. Since the award of Euro 2032 was announced, progress in upgrading the stadiums is negligible. Michele Uva, UEFA's executive director in charge of sustainability, stressed that only Allianz Stadium in Turin is ready to host the games. The rest of the venues require investment and modernization work. The Olympic Stadium in Rome, although needing only minor improvements, is still not fully ready to host international teams and fans. UEFA, as Uva points out, requires Italy not only to upgrade the 5 stadiums to host Euro 2032 matches, but also to change its approach to infrastructure policy. A change in thinking can come with the redevelopment of these venues. We are halfway through the material, so it's a good time to ask you to subscribe to the channel. Thanks! And now the part related to Euro 2032. Interest in hosting the 2032 European Championships has been expressed by 2 federations, Italy and Turkey. Initially, there were separate candidates, but in July 2023, representatives of both bids decided to join forces in the battle to host the tournament. The final selection of the Euro 2032 host took place on October 10, 2023 in Nyon. The UEFA Executive Committee awarded the organization to a joint bid from Italy and Turkey. This will be the 4th European Championship to be played in Italy after 1968, 1980 and 2020. Turkey will make its debut as host of the tournament. According to Italian media, there are around 10 Italian stadiums that could host Euro 2032. The stadiums put forward for hosting are Stadio San Siro, Milan, Stadio Olimpico, Rome, Stadio San Nicola, Bari, Stadio Diego Armando Maradona, Napoli, Stadio Artemio Franchi, Florence, Allianz Stadium, Turin, Stadio Luigi Ferraris, Genoa, Stadio Marcantonio Bentegodi, Verona, Stadio Renato Dallara, Bologna, and Stadio Cagliari. From this list, the Italians will select 5, with the biggest changes awaiting 3, which we will now discuss. At Stadio Renato Dallara, all existing stands will be demolished. The exception will be the main structure of the western part of the auditorium, as part of its backstage area is to be retained. In the new layout, all the seats in the auditorium will be covered. The roof will receive an unusual design, with the weight resting mainly on the corners. This makes it possible to reduce the structure to the east as much as possible. Here, the roof is to be almost transparent to allow spectators to admire the famous Stadium Tower. The stadium will meet UEFA Category 4 requirements and will accommodate more than 30,000 fans with excellent visibility, with the stands just 7 meters from the pitch line. The new Stadio Dallara will be one of the venues vying to host the 2032 European Football Championships, with €200 million contract between Bologna and Webuild. Artemio Franchi redevelopment project involves the construction of new stands closer to the pitch behind the goals. The existing canopy of the main stand will be retained, and the remaining stands, with a small gap near the Marathon Tower, will be covered with a flat metal canopy, unobtrusive to the city skyline and covered with photovoltaic panels. The canopy will also cover the spaces that will be created between the old and new stands behind the gates. These will be converted into an auditorium and a museum respectively. The work will take approximately 18–20 months longer than originally anticipated, and the entire project will be completed not in 2026 but in 2028. The project is estimated to cost around €200 million to complete, of which €137.5 million is expected to be spent on the stadium itself. Napoli is facing a dilemma. One option is to build a new stadium in a different location, while the other is to upgrade the Stadio Diego Armando Maradona. In order to meet the deadline for individual stadiums to apply to host Euro 2032, UEFA must receive a list of 5 Italian venues by October 2026 at the latest, and any construction must begin by April 2027. Napoli's representatives, however, want to get the work done before 2027. The starting point is the removal of the athletics truck. Neither UEFA nor Napoli want it, but for the city's representatives it is very important. Why? The truck, costing 3.5 million euros, is currently only used by athletes for training. Members of the Italian Olympic team train there, so the mayor is urging both the sports minister and the project developers to find a solution to keep the stadium athletic. In Naples, we end our bittersweet Italian adventure. Write in the comments whether the stadium revolution is coming to Italy soon and can they manage to co-host Euro 2032. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the material. Thanks, and until the next one.